Understanding the diagnosis of depression. If you are diagnosed with depression, you're going to want to have this information. My name is Sophie. I'm a social worker, and I also work as a community mental health therapist. I'm going to break down the diagnosis of depression using two different tools. The first is an assessment used to understand the symptoms of depression that a person is having, called the Patient Health Questionnaire, PHQ-9. It has 9 questions, and it asks someone about their behavior and the symptoms they've been experiencing over the last 2 weeks. And the measures are not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day. Little interest or pleasure in doing things, feeling down, hopeless, or depressed, not at all, several days, most of the days, every day. Trouble falling or staying asleep, wanting to sleep too much. Changes in appetite, either poor appetite or overeating. Feeling bad about yourself, like you're a failure or that you're letting people down. How often have you experienced that? Not at all, several days, almost every day. Trouble concentrating on things, such as when you're reading or watching TV or when someone's talking to you. Do you have trouble focusing? Moving or speaking slower or more rapidly than normal, so much so that other people are noticing and pointing it out to you. And lastly, are you having thoughts that you would be better off if you weren't here, or are you thinking about hurting yourself? Based on these symptoms, how much is it impacting you? How you get along with people, how you take care of yourself, how you show up at work? Difficult at all, somewhat difficult, very difficult, or extremely difficult. That's the first piece. Each one of those are tied to a number, 0, 1, 2, or 3, and that gets added up and that score is kept. That's the assessment piece. We also look at the DSM-5 diagnosis criteria. The thing that pathologizes behaviors, the thing that makes behaviors into symptoms of mental illness, is how much it is impeding the functioning of the person. If there is a severe disruption in relationships, someone's ability to go to work, someone's ability to take care of themselves or their kids or their house, that's cause for alarm when the severity is that high. That's when symptoms become disorders that can be treated with proper mental health care. When you're diagnosing depression, it is the presence of 5 or more of the following symptoms in a 2-week period. So think about this for yourself. If you're having symptoms of depression, are they lasting 14 days? Or are they not lasting that long? That's something to think about. Depressed most of the day, nearly every day, based on your own feeling. I feel sad, I feel numb, I feel empty, I feel depressed, I feel hopeless, or observations made by others, like maybe a parent will say it about their child or a spouse will notice it about their partner. Obvious loss of pleasure and interest, decreased motivation. You don't want to do the things that you used to do. Nothing is bringing you enjoyment and you just feel kind of numb. Interference with sleep. Are you sleeping more? Are you going to sleep later or earlier than you have been? Are you waking up a lot at night? Are you waking up really early in the morning? Are you wanting to nap more throughout the day? How is your sleep changing and how is your appetite changing? Have you been gaining or losing weight? Has your appetite increased or decreased? Are there changes in your eating patterns that you are concerned about? Low self-concept, feelings of worthlessness or inappropriate or excessive guilt, which may be delusional, meaning that it is not based on the reality or observation around you and that you are creating a larger perception of it than what is real. Loss of focus, trouble concentrating, feeling indecisive, feeling irritable towards other people nearly every day. Physical agitation, or the opposite, nearly every day. Are you feeling really restless, activated, can't sit still, uncomfortable, or do you feel like you're moving slower than usual? You feel kind of like sloth and like sluggish and you just can't get up to that energy level every day for 2 weeks is how it becomes diagnosable. And recurrent thoughts about not wanting to be here, wanting to harm yourself, feeling like people or things would be better off without you, and not feeling like you have the will to live. If these symptoms are present and being disruptive for 2 weeks, it is good to reach out to your doctor or therapist to talk about your feelings of depression, because it is treatable through several different ways. Medication, talk therapy. There are many ways to heal from these symptoms, and understanding where they come from and what they mean is the first step. The symptoms are causing significant distress, impairment in your social life, impairment in your role at work or in your family, or just your ability to care for yourself has severely gone down. When you're talking about diagnosing depression, you have to rule out other diagnoses. So these symptoms need to not be better explained by a substance use disorder, somebody using substances which are impairing their behavior. Also, we have to rule out the presence of psychosis. So if there are elements of psychosis that are more prominent than the mood disorder, than the symptoms or feelings of depression, if someone is having a lot of delusions or hallucinations or false beliefs or thought patterns that are impacting their ability to perceive reality, that might be a time to look more into diagnoses of psychosis, which I can talk more about in a different video. Also, you want to rule out bipolar disorder. So when you are diagnosing depression, you want to identify if this person has had a manic episode before, because if they have had a manic episode previously and now they are in a period of depression, that sounds more indicative of bipolar disorder than major depressive disorder. Using the PHQ-9 and the DSM-5 are great resources if you are a therapist learning how to diagnose different major depressive disorders, mood disorders in general, or if you are somebody experiencing symptoms of depression. It's important to know what a therapist looks for when they are assessing different mental health conditions so that you can be empowered about your treatment and continue to develop your symptom management skills independently.